Hello everybody and welcome back to the Pokemon Fire Red Randomizer Nuzlocke. For some reason I wanted to say Fire Red Omega. This is not Fire Red Omega at all. In the last episode we saw our second adventure since my return to the YouTubes here in the Kanto region after failing miserably in Johto because of a random Garchomp, and we got off to a way quicker start because we already in the first episode got our starter, got our first catch in Joey, second catch with Iroh, and our third catch with Dumbo, which all are level 3 and Tiana's level 5. And actually I noticed, I don't know if it was at the end of the last episode or just after the last episode, so I might have already said this, but we did not get a single point of experience in the entire first episode because we lost to our first rival battle, which doesn't count from the Nuzlocke yet because we don't have Pokeballs yet. And every other encounter we have faced in that episode we have caught. So we still haven't had any experience gain whatsoever. And I think that might be a new record, at least for me it is. And in this episode we're going to go into the Viridian Forest, and I think Viridian Forest is going to take up the bulk of this episode. Once we exit Viridian Forest, I think, technically speaking, it is the same route as the one we're on right now, which is Route 2. But it has a different catch list, I'm 99% sure. So I'm going to invoke Pinwheel Claws there, and I'm going to also catch another Pokemon at the north of Viridian Forest, because as I said before in the Hard Gold randomizer itself, let's catch something before we get into any trainer battles actually, just to be sure. As I said in the Hard Gold randomizer, I can't okay, I'm not catching that apparently. I mean, I'm going to try, don't get me wrong. I would love to have the Walrein, absolutely would adore it, but realistically speaking there's no chance that he would survive a low kick. I wouldn't have caught it anyway. It's a final form, it's a fully evolved Pokemon that wouldn't have stayed in a Pokeball without any status conditions. We're not getting that Walrein, I'm sorry to tell you. At least we got in a level and a half, which is quite a lot, and that's going to be great for experience. If we run into more Walrein, I definitely approve. So that's going to save us a little bit of time in Viridian Forest. I was expecting to spend quite a bit of time on the actual Pokemon encounter. We should really switch out Tien. That's a critical hit. And that's a Blastoise. I didn't even notice I'm fighting a Blastoise. I just spammed low kick. And if that would have been a Ghost type Pokemon, I would have wasted a move. Then again, is there anything I could do against the Ghost type? Is the question, because I don't think I have any moves that are not normal of fighting yet, because our starter obviously is a fighting type. That's a lot of experience from a single Blastoise. That's a lot of experience from a single Blastoise. I was going to say, if I level up again, something is definitely wrong with the game. Okay, so now the question becomes, which one of these is going to be the most useful leveling up first? And the question, without any doubt in my mind, might either be Joey or Dumbo. Hear me out here. Dumbo is going to be the most immediately useful because it's an evolved Pokemon. Then again, evolving Joey is going to make it more useful. I don't know when it evolved, but I believe at a relatively low level. Not first gym amounts of low level, I don't think. I think somewhere like around the starters level. So around level 16, 20, it should evolve. Maybe 22. 24? Yeah, it's going up rather quickly. They're all gonna need to be leveled up anyway. But I would prefer to have Dumbo first because it's going to be the most hard-hitting. For a second there, I realized I was stupid because I sent a ground type into a water type, but then I realized I'm doing switch training anyway, so it doesn't really matter anyway. It's real hot today, by the way, so if I don't make any sense, that's why. It's, let's see, in Celsius it is, I'm not gonna give you Fahrenheit because why would I? I'll get into that in a second, because I have a very non-European opinion on that. It's 33 degrees Celsius outside and 34 actually, apparently when I've refreshed it. So it just got a degree hotter in the middle of a sentence, I suppose. Probably just, I don't know. I'm going to convert it to Fahrenheit just because of the story, or at least the tangent I'm gonna go on after this. So Celsius to Fahrenheit, 34 I said, that's 93 Fahrenheit. So most European people think Fahrenheit is stupid, and while I agree with a lot of things about the American imperial system, as far as like inches and miles and kind of stuff goes, it's just not that smart. And on top of that, you've got the whole date notation, which is clearly the wrong way around. It's just, why would you do it that way? As far as Fahrenheit goes, I understand. For some kind of things, I need to switch out to yen for Dumbo to get Dumbo some levels. For some kind of things, Celsius would be more useful. Every day, like, it's based on boiling water. So, of course, for boiling water, freezing water to boiling water. 0 degrees Celsius freezes water, 100 degrees Celsius boils water. For that, it's really useful. And through that, a lot of kitchen-related stuff I can see it being useful for. I would say scientific stuff, and while that is to some extent true, we also have degrees Kelvin, which is made for scientific purposes, so it's not really a good argument. Well, the Fahrenheit scale is actually... I don't have any potions. After this encounter, I'm going to go back to the Pokemon Center and then the Pokemon to buy some potions. The Fahrenheit scale is a lot more refined in a certain way, because it goes up into the hundreds as far as weather goes. If you want to say, oh, it's this hot outside, the jump from 32 to 33 is way bigger than from, like, I don't know what the equivalence would be in Fahrenheit, but that's a lot more numbers in between. So I think for pointing out the heat of the weather, just everyday usage, I think Fahrenheit is definitely the superior system. At least from my point of view. There might be something that was not that smart on my part, was it? You're gonna have self-destruct. Oh no, no. Oh no. I don't have anything on my team that can take it. Who has the highest physical defense? Dumbo does. Sturdy doesn't work. Oh no. Oh, but it does have more HP than Tien at this point. I'm gonna go into Dumbo and hope that maybe it doesn't have self-destruct. It does have self-destruct. Please survive this. Of course you didn't survive. That's our first death, ladies and gentlemen. It's a sad one. Well, at least Joey's gonna get in some experience now. I'm sad. I really, for a second, I didn't want to do it. Grumpy? Is that you? Have you come back from the great Pokemon Beyond? Just after Dumbo died? For a second there, I was thinking about sacrificing Joey, because I really didn't think, in all honesty, that Dumbo would survive. But then I figured I owe it to the spirit of the Nuzlocke to give the sliver of a chance that Dumbo can live it and allow Joey to survive, because Joey would have died either way. There's no way Joey would have survived that, and I didn't think Dumbo would survive, but I thought there was a small chance. If I would have figured somebody was going to die either way 100%, it would have been Joey. No question. Also, talking about Joey, this is what you're going to become, Nuzleaf. And that's what a Nuzlocke is called after, Nuzleaf. At least I'm pretty sure it is. So Tien is getting really overleveled really quickly and learn Karate Chop. I'm still gonna go back to the Pokemon Center to deposit Dumbo's dead body in the box and heal up Tien. On the way though, Joe is going to get some experience, and then I'm going to go through the grass just to get some experience. I'm going to take all episode to get through Viridian Forest like this. I'm not going to take on the gym yet. Is this going to be a useful item? This better not be a useful item. Why does Sturdy not work the way it should in this generation yet? If Sturdy would have worked properly, I would have survived that. But Sturdy only protects against actual one-hit KO moves in this generation, not something that would have knocked you out from full HP. Like a Focus Sash, for instance, would. That was introduced in generation 4, I believe? Maybe that was 5? I think 4. All those general good battle mechanics we're used to these days mostly originated in generation 4. It's hard going back, man. It's hard going back to generation 1, 2, and 3 after getting used to the refined battle mechanics of the newer generations. And I'm not talking about... I feel like there's 3 Pokemon that got experience there, but I might just be going insane. That actually changes things significantly, that potion. No, it does not. No, because I still want to have a potion on hand just in case. I was going to use that potion just to heal up Tien and go back through the Viridian Forest. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not insane. I already lost 1 Pokemon today. That's enough. That was very self-destructive. That was a very bad joke as well. I'm fully aware. I think the heat is getting to me a little bit, because I don't know if this is making the content better or worse, is the thing. I do feel like, while recording this, I feel like this should be more entertaining to watch. This is going to be the Graveyard Box. Sorry, Dumbo, you dead. I feel like this is more entertaining to watch, me being this random. It might be very annoying to watch, though. It's really hard to see that while recording. While editing a video, I can definitely tell, oh no, it's one of those videos. It's horrible. But it's a Nuzlocke, you can't redo a video just because the commentary wasn't good. Things die, encounters happen, you can't redo a video. I mean, the only reason I would ever redo a video wow, yeah, the heat is really getting to me, and we're not even halfway through this episode. This is gonna be something. The only reason I would ever redo a video in a Nuzlocke, and I have done it in the past, is because some audio or video corruption happens. And if it's just audio corruption, I will usually do it in post-commentary and keep the video track alive, because that's just the way I played through it the first time. If I have video corruption, I will just redo the episode and I'll mention it in the episode itself that it's a retake. Or if it's a game-breaking glitch, like in the second episode of Hard Gold, where my game just stopped working twice, so I had to do that episode 3 times in total. I don't like redoing episodes in Nuzlocke. In other Let's Plays, I don't mind ending an episode and then figuring, AVG, can you please bugger off, thank you. I don't mind doing an episode and then at the end of it figuring, no, the commentary wasn't that good. Let's just delete that and do it again tomorrow. I don't mind that. In a Nuzlocke, you just flat out can't do that. If you do that in a Nuzlocke, that's pretty much cheating. So we're making our way through Viridian Forest, rather... Tyranitar! Oh, this is going to be a great experience. This is going to be great experience. It has Sandstream. Why am I scared of Sandstream? There's nothing to be scared about here. Unless he has some really powerful move that is boosted by Sandstorm. But I don't think that's really a thing in this generation. Or at all. I mean, the residual damage is going to be annoying, don't get me wrong. But it's literally 2 HP. Garrote Chop is going to destroy this man's life. This woman, I'm sorry, Tyranitar, it's a female. Just looks very masculine. Did not mean to assume any gender. Which brings me to another topic I wanted to talk about. Okay, so this might be a little bit like asshole-ish and seen as controversial because I'm going from assuming gender to LGBT. yeah. I'm not saying that... I'm not going to get into all of this. It's way too risky of a topic, right? So I woke up today, and what I do when I wake up, I check Instagram, I check Facebook, and I check my news feed. Not on Facebook, but just the news feed which my phone gives me. It's just a thing. It's just an Android function, I'm pretty sure. And one thing I saw is that Marvel Cinematic Universe confirmed their first LGBTQ plus whatever, however long the acronym is these days, character. And that annoyed me. That annoyed me to no extent, because it kind of feels like they J.K. Rowling'd their universe. If you don't understand what I mean by J.K. Rowling, J.K. Rowling, how would you even... I mean, you can say you got Rowling'd, but you can't say I am rolling in you. It's just awkward. Anyway, what I mean by that is that after the fact, we're just going to add stuff, and especially when characters are without any reason revealed to be gay other than to just make people happy. Because Dumbledore was gay like 3 years or 4 years after the last book was released, and in the last book it's hinted very, very heavily that there's more between Dumbledore and Grindelwald than just world domination based friendship. This is not good. Flying types are literally the bane of my existence, other than the fact that I'm literally 4 levels higher than you. But after that, J.K. Rowling kinda went all out with it, and there's details I didn't want to know about the wizarding rules, and you didn't think about this. The fact that Nagini used to be a woman with a curse on her, which would eventually turn her into a snake, and then become Voldemort's snake servant thing. You didn't think of that 20 years ago. Bullshit. It's a nice plot thing, and it's a decent retcon. It doesn't really get in the way of anything, as long as it's explained in the Fantastic Beasts series why she actually also becomes evil as a snake, because at the moment she's part of the protagonist group. But saying that you have been walking around with that idea and that secret in your mind for 20 years, you just haven't. Just not, okay? That's what I mean by J.K. Rowling. Being J.K. Rowling'd. Being Rowling'd, right? And one of the other things the MCU did, which was kind of Rowling-ish, is saying that in Iron Man 2, there's a little kid which doesn't run away from the attack when all the Iron Man drones attack with Whiplash, all that kind of good stuff. Yep, you remember that? After they acquired Spider-Man into the MCU, they were like, yeah, that little kid which didn't go away and Tony saved him. Yeah, that was Peter Parker all along. No, it wasn't. You bullshit. Now they are introducing a character which was already introduced and making her LGBT. And I don't have any problem with that, because in the original film she was introduced in, it wasn't really established what her sexual orientation was at all. So that leaves room for interpretation, and that leaves room for a new sequel film to say, actually, this character was a lesbian or bisexual. I'm assuming it's talking about Valerie, by the way, from Thor. I hadn't mentioned that yet. This meta type is going to be a bit of an issue, because I don't have anything that can either live it or not kill it. And it's going to use Bite on me. Well, it will resist low kick, so maybe it'll survive this. It just survived that, wow. And they announced this probably at Comic-Con or around Comic-Con, because that's been happening over the past couple of days. Where they also announced there's going to be a 4th Thor movie, Thor Love and Thunder, I believe. So I do, by all accounts, believe, and there's also going to be a female Thor. That just tells me that the entire story of that Thor movie is going to be a love story between the new female Thor and Valerie. Which is fine. Which is totally fine. But why do you need to tell us? Like 3 years in advance, I believe, before the movie is actually released? The damn thing isn't even in production yet, I don't think. And moments before we start recording this, I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna call you strange, because I'm talking about the MCU, and the closest character in the MCU is Doctor Strange to Meditate and Medichan, because they're fighting with like magical powers and stuff. It's a weak link, I'm very aware. I could also call him Steven. No, I already made that mistake with Joey. Strange. Where's the N? I'm literally on top of it. So then, a moment before recording this episode, I read, I think in the Eternals movie, which is going to be a lot sooner than the new Thor movie, we're gonna have a deaf character. And at this point, I'm like, maybe I'm just annoyed by that because they got announced so close together, but it really, really feels like that now that Phase 4 is over and Endgame is gone and the Endgame hype is entirely over. I mean, Spider-Man Far From Home kind of managed to survive on the Endgame hype, and of course a lot of Iron Man imagery in the trailers itself where it's got a lot of attention from. I feel like they are just afraid to lose press. That's pretty much it, and now they're just minority baiting. And that annoys me. That annoys me a lot. So that's my rant for the... I just got a comment on my second episode, I think. Yeah, the third episode is going up in literally 7 minutes of Hard Gold. Anyway, I'm going to look up the levels in Pokemon Fire Red for the gym, because we still have about like 5 minutes at least to fill in this episode, and Tien might be able to take out probably... I'm going to go in blind. I'm not going to look it up. The first trainer, I'm going to go in blind for that one. Next episode, I'll be back with probably everybody up to level 10, I want to say. Yeah, Tien level 14 probably by then, 15. And the rest of the team at level 10. I think the Onyx should be like level 12 or 13 at most, so that'll be a good balance. One overlevel Pokemon, the rest of them kind of up there. Unless this guy just ends our team, which is entirely possible. With that Oddish, he's not going to end our team though, so that's a good start. Okay, Onyx is going to be way higher level than level 13. Because this Oddish is level 10. It's not going to be an issue for Tien, of course. But this worries me. That's a critical hit, okay. I was a little bit afraid there. Yeah, this worries me. The fact that the first Pokemon of the first, but let's be fair, also only gym trainer is level 10. Kind of worrying. Also, still have a huge weakness to flying, even with Meditite, because it's still a fighting type. And I can't do much against poison types either at the moment. I mean, I've got normal type moves, but for bite I require taking damage, which is the worst thing ever, especially in a Nuzlocke. So I'm going to get rid of that move as soon as I can. Dumbo died, so we don't have Horn Attack anymore. What other options do we have? I mean, Iroh might learn a move here. Iroh did not learn a move here. But there's going to be a second Pokemon still. We have hope. We have hope. Sunkern. I didn't actually look at Strange's movesets. Bite and meditate. I want to say meditate, but it's a pun on... Is it really a pun, or is it just a misspelling? I feel like it's closer to the second. I mean, you do have Poison Powder, which is useful, and you do have Absorb, which is not going to be useful against flying types. I'm not going to stay in... It's a Sunkern. It's literally, I think it's literally the weakest Pokemon stat-wise in existence. Still, it's more than twice my level. And it might not have any damaging moves. It might have a damaging move though. I'm not sure. I just wanted to poison it so that Ira has the feeling that she... Again, I'm not looking at genders for the names. That makes things... I have an all-female team. Wow. And I think up until now, I have all male names. That's horrible. What are the odds? Well, the odds are 50% times 50%, which is 25%, times 50%, which is 12.5%, times 50%, which is 6.25%. Which is a real small chance. That, of course, does not factor into to account that I might know more male names and female names from fictional characters anyway, because generally speaking, I think there are more male characters in fiction. At least more male main characters. Don't sue me for this, don't kill me. But I think that's the case. I'm not gonna go into the gym yet. But I am afraid. I'm terrified, as a matter of fact. I was thinking the first trainer is going to have like level 9 or 8 Pokemon, and then Brock is going to have like, I think he has a Geodude and an Onix usually, which are level 10 and 12. I'm thinking that might still be the case, but in that case he wouldn't be that much stronger than his gym trainer. So I'm thinking Onix is probably going to be level 13 and Geodude might be level 11. You know what? I'm just going to look it up. I can't prepare for what Pokemon I'm going to face. Might as well prepare the little bit I can for what levels I'm going to face. Fire Red Brock. We're going to go through this together. No, not on Let's Go. I don't have Let's Go. In the games. In the games. Thank you. Can I please get a team? I would really like to see your team. Okay, in the original it's level 12 and 14. In Pokemon Yellow it's level 10 and 12. I was right there at least. And the Gold, Silver, Crystal, of course it doesn't count. In Fire Red Leaf Green it's back to 12 and 14, however. So let's take a look at our team before we close off the episode. Tien, level 14. I'm going to try not having Tien level up anymore. I don't want to level over the highest level Pokemon the gym leader has. That being said, he might get to level 15 because switch training Joey might be necessary. I'm going to try training Iroh and Strange up first so that I can use them for switch training Joey. What I'm going to do is these are all going to be level 12 next episode. And then Tiana's going to be level 14. Maybe I end up being over-leveled for this. But then again, there is a real possibility that his level 12 or level 14 Pokemon is going to end up being like a Zapdos or a Mewtwo or something. So I think over-leveling is going to be necessary if you guys want this series to last longer than 3 episodes. So until next time, do not forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed this video, which hopefully you have. Until the next time, bye-bye. Also, this is going to be links to click through to other videos after this, so stick around for a couple more seconds and you can also subscribe through there and all that kind of good stuff. I really like the end card thing YouTube's got going for these days.